Hey everybody, and welcome to bigedude's Extreme Rules preview. And you don't need my face for the face cam for this one. I'm just gonna go through the only 6 matches according to the things I'm looking at. Multiple things I've looked at. There's only 6 matches for this Extreme Rules. So it better extreme and it better rule. Alright, we're just gonna go in the order that a couple of the websites have put them in. Probably the card in order, maybe not. Who knows exactly. But anyways, first match. Noam Dar and Alicia Fox versus Rich Swann and Sasha Banks, the boss. Well, here's what my opinion is on this. They really kind of just letting Sasha Banks go to the background for a little bit. I really don't think Rich and Sasha are going to win this because their dance moves the other day were a little cringy-ish. I'm just saying that because that's what I believe. Doesn't mean that I'm right or wrong. Alicia Fox can destroy Noam Dar. Remember, if you rearrange the letters in Noam Dar, you get random, and that's not a lie. You should do it. It's fun. You will have a good day if you do that. All right. I really think Noam Dar and Alicia Fox are going to win this match, just because it just makes sense to me. You know, Rich Swann and Sasha Banks don't need to win this. I think it could do a lot more for Noam Dar and Alicia Fox in the long run. All right? So that's my prediction number 1. Noam Dar, a random Fox. Random Fox wins. Okay. Next match. Neville versus Austin Aries in a submission match for the Cruiserweight Championship. All right, so we're going to get, each one of them is going to get their little submission things on. And but I think they're finally going to let Austin Aries be the champion here, simply because they've had these guys fight for a while since WrestleMania, and that was a pretty decent match at WrestleMania. I gotta say that it's Austin Aries' time. I think it's time for Austin Aries to beat Neville, because then it sets up for the next couple of months with those two fighting, and or getting some of the other guys back in the whole swing of things. You know, like TJP and the Brian Kendrick and some of those other guys, and yeah, that's what I think it's gonna happen. Is Austin Aries, both of them are gonna get a submission hold in on each other, but Austin Aries is gonna win it. He's gonna do the arch in the back, and he's gonna win. I think new champion, Austin Aries, AA. Okay, next up. And remember, this is just based on the one site I'm looking at just for the match card. A lot of them had the same similar match card in orders. Who knows what the order's going to be. Dean Ambrose versus The Miz. And Dean Ambrose can lose the title on a disqualification. So what's going to happen here is Miz is going to be the 7-time champion. Simply because you don't have a stipulation like that if you're not going to lose the title. Somehow he's gonna get disqualified. He's gonna, Maurice is gonna do something, or he wins it clean. Miz is one of the best Intercontinental champions of all time, and he's going to win again. Probably some cool moves. He might get out of he might have to hit the skull crushing finale twice though. But he's gonna win from disqualification, and there's the championship. And there might be some collusion with the referee or that sort of thing, just because Miz is kind of sneaky, and he likes to be sneaky like that. But I predict that the Miz will win in 6 games. Oh no, wait, that's Golden State. Ha! All right. So, anyways, yes, the Miz will win. Period. And all right. So next up, we got the This Is Your Life match. Alexa Bliss versus Bayley. Kendo stick on a pole for the Raw Women's Championship. Alright, here's what's going to happen. Alexa Bliss is going to whoop a tater, and Bayley's going to say, ow! Because Bayley's going to pretend to go extreme, but after a while it's just going to be like, oh, she's really not super extreme now, is she? Now, she's done some great matches in the past. One of my favorite matches of ever all time was the NXT takeover with her and Sasha Banks, takeover Brooklyn. That was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. This is not going to be that match. Ken was taking a pole. Basically, they're both going to go up the pole, and people are going to be like, wow, there's a pole, and wow, there's a kendo stick. Both will get shots with a kendo stick. And in the long run, Alexa's furious 5 feet of fiery fury will win. She will retain. Bailey doesn't need to win again unless they're just going for pure numbers to try to get these women's championships up. That's one of the reasons why that's one of the reasons why Sasha Banks and Charlotte did their programs, because they now are like 4,000 or 5,000 time champions, because that's about how many times they faced each other. So yeah, but I'm calling Alexa Bliss to retain. She is a good heel. I like her, and I like Bailey too. It's kind of, you know, it works for me both ways. But I think it's going to be Alexa Bliss, and they will both have welts and say ow a lot, and probably want to have some booze to ease the pain. All right, next match. Tag Team Championship match in the steel cage. The Hardy Boys versus Cesaro and Sheamus. And yes, I did this on purpose. Alright, so here's what's going to happen. It's going to be one of those things where you think there's going to be some really cool Hardy spots. They're really going to have a lot of fun. This match will go for a while, because it can. You know what I'm saying? But it will be entertaining for a while, which is good. And I think that in this situation, you got a steel cage. You can only run so much. You can only run so much. And this is why I'm predicting that Cesaro and Sheamus will win over the Hardy Boys, simply because the Hardy Boys have had the title now 2 months. And eventually, we're going to see the broken-ish stuff, but they have to, you know, lose in order for that broken-ish stuff to happen. Or, you know, they can just keep on teasing what they've been doing for a while and just, you know, do the little finger gesture of the delete, and you know, the crowd will just say delete, delete, delete a lot. I think if Cesaro and Sheamus win, it's really good for their heel stuff that they've got going on, and you might see some interference on this one, but I don't know how that would happen and who would interfere on this match. You could have either the Revival or Gallows and Anderson interfere with this one. Either way, that could happen. However, I do think Cesaro and Sheamus will win, simply because the steel cage match does not really, in my opinion, do well in this sort of thing for people, you know, that are skinny. You know? I really think it's gonna be Cesaro and Sheamus on this one. All right, now for the big one, the Fatal 5-Way Super Universal Championship #1 contenders match. We don't know, we haven't seen the title in forever, but we know that Brock Lesnar's got it, and we know it's been about 2 months since we've seen him with it, and maybe who knows what's happening with that belt? I don't even know. Maybe it's like when the Stanley Cup happens and it goes on tour. Maybe he's just going on tour. Alright, anyways, here we go. We got Roman Reigns versus Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe versus Bray Wyatt. Now, this is going to be the best match of the night, because each one of these guys is a good performer, really great performer with theatrics and stuff. At one point, all 5 of them are going to do, like, you know, you're going to have Superman Punch, and then you're going to have Seth Rollins do the turnbuckle thing, and then you're going to have Samoa Joe do a coquina clutch, because that is very visually tells a story. And you're going to have Bray Wyatt do a Sister Abigail. You're going to have Finn Balor do a coup de grace. And then you're going to have or a 1916 or a 72-44 hut hike. And then there's going to be a spear, and then there's going to be another spear, and then there's going to be this and that and the other thing. Here's what I think will happen. All right, I think that you'll see Roman and Seth kind of team up with each other for a little bit. I think you'll see Samoa Joe and Bray Wyatt team up for a very small bit. But I like how the dynamic, I think we'll see some interesting stuff with that. I think we could see a really cool program with Samoa Joe and Bray Wyatt. The only problem is they're both kind of heels right now. Remember back a long time ago, a year ago, Bray Wyatt was kind of being teased as a face. And they never really did too much of that because he got hurt. And that was kind of sad. So, face Wyatt, it could happen again. But they never really explored a whole lot with it. He's going to eat some worlds. Samoa Joe's gonna, look menacing, and he's gonna Samoa and some Joe. Seth Rollins is gonna say freaking a lot, and Roman's gonna say it's my yard. Finn Balor's gonna come out in the demon stuff maybe, but I don't know. They haven't really said. The last time he came out in the demon stuff, they built it up. I think that he should be the demon because I predict. Here's my prediction. I predict Finn Balor wins this because Finn Balor versus Brock Lesnar looks. I mean, that is a cool match. It's kind of like a Davey versus Goliath, but like crazy Davey. And I think that's what they're gonna do for, SummerSlam or Great Balls of Fire, whenever the heck they actually defend that title. You know what I mean? But if you have like a crazy result at Great Balls of Fire, you can see the rematch at SummerSlam because that's only a month later. But I forget. There's probably another pay-per-view in there. Oh yeah, there is another pay-per-view in there. I forgot. So who knows? But I really think it's going to be Finn Balor, simply because he never lost the title. He relinquished it, and I think it makes more sense. Roman Reigns is going to have thousands of title shots in the future. Seth Rollins is going to have a few more, few hundred title shots in the future. Samoa Joe, that you could have the underdog. The crazy thing would be a Samoa Joe fight with Brock Lesnar, which I would like to see. We've already seen Bray Wyatt and Brock, or at least it feels like we have. You know what I mean? I don't think we're going to see that. Although that would be fun to watch as well. But I really think it's going to end up being Finn Balor versus Bray. I'm sorry, versus. I was looking at the thing I was looking at. I think that's what it's going to be. Finn Balor versus what's his name? Brock Lesnar in the for the #1 contenders. And that's my opinion. So if you agree with what I said, in the comments, I love your feedback. I want you to tell me what you think of the overall program. I want you to tell me what you think the best match of the night will be. I think it's going to be there'll probably be some awesome spots for the Hardy Boys. Alexa Bliss versus Bayley is not going to be the best match of the night. It would be awesome if it were. Dean Ambrose versus The Miz could be a really great match if they do it right. Neville versus Austin could be a really good match. I really think so. But you'll probably have the best stuff of the night in the Fatal 5-Way, just because there's going to be so much stuff going on. You're going to see some really cool spots, some really cool action. Some stuff like, predicting like all 5 people will do stuff at once. Some slight alliances. You know what I would love to see is all 4 of them like go against Roman Reigns for a little bit, just because that'd be fun. And tease Roman trying to win. But Finn getting the pin over Roman would be the best case scenario for me. I really hope that if they don't give Roman the win, he doesn't need it right now. He just doesn't need it. Seth Rollins, he kind of does need it a little bit, in my opinion. But I think he's still got to face Triple H again sometime, just for, because it's fun. But I don't know. What do you guys think? That's what I want to know. Leave your comments in the comments below. And we'll be back with all your regular supercard action. Obviously, you saw me playing the whole time. But this is kind of like one of those other videos that doesn't have face cam, just does the talking and whatever. And all that nonsense. But who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to lose? Do you agree? Put them in the comments below, and that is what's up. So, I love you long time. Blink, 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 bye, bye, bye. Yeah, buddy. Yeah.